Hey everybody, this is Brian with BearCards34. Today I have a Mailday video. These are all eBay pickups over the last little while, so I'll go ahead and rip into those in just a minute. But I wanted to give a couple quick shout outs. First off, one of my good friends in the hobby, Brian over at BPAT's Cards. He's at 470 subs right now, and he is hoping to reach the 500 subscriber milestone. He has a great channel, lots of really cool videos. So if you're not subbed to Brian already, I highly recommend you go give him some support, check out his videos. He's got some awesome stuff that he rips. He does some live streams, some sales. It's a great chance to just kind of interact with the community. And then another shout out for Douglas Masters. So this is a guy who is really great in the hobby. He's been really good on my channel of commenting on videos, and he just started his own channel. I think he's got 15 subs. He just put out his second video today, or maybe yesterday actually. But anyway, definitely check him out. He's really, really good in the hobby, and I think it'd be great to show him some support as he gets his channel started up. I will include links to both of those channels in the description. And then one thing I'll show real quick, one thing I purchased online, it ended up coming inside of this. So it was, the actual purchase I made had been damaged, and they were thoughtful enough to write fragile after the fact. But let me show you what I saw. Okay, so inside of that envelope, this is what I saw, which looked terrible. And then when I pulled it out, check out how destroyed it was in the back. So I was really worried about what might happen to this, and I was actually concerned about what card was in here. Luckily, it was nothing expensive. It was a handful of common USFL cards that I purchased. I'm trying to build the set, and somehow they were not damaged. They were packaged well inside of here. So nice shout out to the seller of that. But that is definitely the new all-time low for me with a Mailday. So just a nice reminder for people, if you're sending cards, to make sure that you package them well. Had that seller done it differently, those cards could have been destroyed. And luckily they weren't super expensive, but still, I'm lucky they came to me in good condition. All right, so let's just go ahead and jump into it. This first card is, this was not super expensive, luckily. And you can probably see a little bit of the card right here. So this is a Zack Wilson 2021 Prestige Seasons Greetings. So I have a minor Zack Wilson PC. He is from Utah, played at BYU with the Jets now. But I like this because my home state of Utah is represented there on the card. So I thought that would be a nice one to have for my PC. So definitely happy to have that. All right, next up. All right, so this right here, I came across one of these just randomly, and they were a pretty good price actually. So this is a 2007 Topps Chrome white refractor. I really like the look of that. These came out back when I was not collecting. This is 07, so this would have been the season after the Bears went to the Super Bowl for the last time. They lost to the Colts, unfortunately. These are numbered out of 869, if you can see that there. But I really like these cards. I think they look pretty sharp. So I purchased a handful. So one of them was this Cedric Benson right here. He was a great college player at Texas, an All-American. The Bears picked him. He was one of the top 5 picks of the draft that year. It didn't really work out with Chicago. He wasn't happy in Chicago. But then he went on to the Bengals and did really, really well. He had 3 straight 1,000-yard seasons. Unfortunately, he passed away a couple years ago in a motorcycle crash. But did really well with the Bengals and great college career. All right, next up is another from that set. This one is Mushin Muhammad. And again, these are all numbered out of 869. And right here, Mushin Muhammad. So he's a very talented receiver. He's best known for, I mean, he played with the Bears, during that Super Bowl season. He's best known for his time with the Carolina Panthers. One year he led the NFL in receiving yards and touchdowns, and then another year he led the NFL in catches. He did have a famous quote once where he said that Chicago is where receivers go to die, and sadly that has been kind of true. They're not really well known for their passing attack, mostly for defense and running. So anytime a Chicago Bear is able to have a 1,000-yard season, that is actually a pretty significant feat. So next up, we have... All right, so this guy, a lot of you may not have heard of. He didn't do much in the NFL, but he was a Chicago Bear. He was the Bears' third-round draft pick in 2007. So this is Garrett Wolfe. He's a Chicago native. He played at Northern Illinois, and I was pretty excited when the Bears drafted him. But during his rookie season, he had a season-ending injury. And over his 4-year career, he had, I think he had less than 300 yards rushing total. But in college, you can see there 5,100 yards, multiple 1,000-yard seasons, 6.4 yards per carry. But unfortunately, it didn't really work out in the NFL. But a nice card there for sure. Let's go ahead and add that. All right, and then I did pick up one more. So altogether, I have 4 of these now. I may try to complete the set of the team set at some point, maybe. So this right here is Bernard Barrion, and he was a pretty good receiver. I know he was born in Spain. I don't think he lived there very long, but he was born there, and he led the NFL in yards per catch in 2008. And he once had a 99-yard reception touchdown. Now, the funny thing is, so he played for the Bears and he went on to play for the Vikings. His 99-yard reception touchdown was versus the Bears. So there you go. But anyway, I'm really happy to have those cards for the collection. All right, next up. Hey, Scott Mitchell. Okay, that's funny. So that's a University of Utah quarterback Pro Set Power card. That is not part of my order. That's pretty awesome that they threw that in. Very cool. All right, we'll put that over the BYU guy. Go Utes. All right, so what I ordered were these two. This is Clay Matthews and John Elway 92 Pro Set Gold Team MVPs. So I did a throwback rip of the Series 2 Pro Set and was able to get the set of those. And Series 1 also had the AFC players, and so I've been picking up a few of those. Most of them are fairly cheap. I mean, you can get them at pretty reasonable, but Elway and Clay Matthews, so glad to be able to add those, and I think I just need a couple more to finish out that set from that year. Okay, next up, I ordered these 3 cards off. I opened them off camera, but I'll go ahead and show these to you. These are all 2003. This is a 2003 Bowman Chrome Refractor Kevin Curtis rookie card. He played at Utah State, my alma mater, and so I thought it'd be nice to get a few of these. Again, this is during a time that I was not collecting. So this one's numbered 29 out of 500, and I just love the look of that card. They're gorgeous. And kind of in keeping with that, that one I think I bought this one for under $5. So for me, with it, being a Utah State guy. And then this one right here, this is the Bowman Red Chrome Refractor, which is numbered out of 235 right there. So that's 185 out of 235. Really nice looking card. And I think this one was a little under $8. And then the one that I liked best, this is the 2003 Topps Chrome Gold X-Fractor rookie card, and this one is numbered out of 101, so this is number 3 out of 101. So that's just a nice looking card. I think that looks awesome. And I don't know if it picks up on camera as well as it does in person, but man, these Refractor cards are awesome. And I think I got this for under 10 bucks as well, I believe. So very happy to add those. I think that, for a PC guy, his best game ever was when he was on the Eagles. He actually had 11 catches for over 220 yards and 3 touchdowns, and most of that was in the first half of the game. But yeah, he was a really good receiver for a time. All right, next up, another Aggie guy that I PC. This is a Robert Turbin. So this is a Topps 2013. So this came out right after his rookie season, numbered 74 of 82. So a bit of a short print there. So for me, I was definitely happy to add that to the collection. And 2013, that team just had a lot of success. So it's nice to get a card of him, second-year card. I just attended the Utah State Hall of Fame ceremony with he and Bobby Wagner where they got inducted. So I wanted to pick up a couple more Turbin cards for my collection after that. All right, next up, this. All right, so this is going to be a vintage card. So we're getting a little bit of everything in here. And I love vintage. Nothing better than vintage, I think. All right, so this right here, 1955 Bowman, Jim Dooley, PSA 7. So this is not his rookie card. He had at least, I think, 2 cards before this, if I remember right. But he started off, he played halfback. He did some receiving. He also played defense. His rookie season, he actually had 5 interceptions as a rookie. And he also teamed with Harlan Hill to form a really good pass-catching duo. He played for the Bears for 10 years. He was named as one of the 100 greatest Bears of all time when they did that list. He did serve in the U.S. Air Force and missed some playing time, as well as he had an injury that cut his career a little bit. But really talented player, really well loved in Chicago. And he actually became an assistant coach with the Bears a few years after the end of his playing career. And in 1968, George Halas retired and named James Dooley as the head coach of the Chicago Bears. So James Dooley here, he was actually the head coach of the Chicago Bears during the time of when Barrion's song took place. So Brian Piccolo, Gale Sayers, those guys. He was the head coach for the team when Brian Piccolo was diagnosed with cancer and passed away. I just thought it'd be a nice card to be able to add to the collection, just with the Bears' history there. He actually passed away in 2008. He was 77, but he had ALS, or commonly known as Lou Gehrig's disease. And one thing of note that I found out that I didn't know at the time, he was a scout. Mike Ditka had hired him as a scout for the Chicago Bears. So he was a scout during the 1985 Chicago Bears season. So I thought that was pretty cool as well. So I'm really happy to have that card. Okay, and then last up, one more Robert Turbin card. I was thrilled to get this. I didn't even know this card existed, and I just randomly found it on eBay. But this is a Robert Turbin 2012 Topps 1984 design on-card auto, numbered 73 out of 100. So I love everything about this card. It's got the nostalgia factor for me for the 84 set. That's one of my all-time favorite sets. It's numbered, it's on-card auto, as opposed to a sticker. And it's a cool picture, too. It's just a different, I have a lot of Robert Turbin autos, but nothing quite like that. So very happy to add that to the collection as well. All right, so that's basically it for today. I appreciate you guys sticking with me and checking out my latest pickups. I'll be back with more videos in the near future. Feel free to like and subscribe, and as always, go Bears.